Good evening. Open the other curtain, but it is still rather bright out there. It's nearly 9 o'clock. It's been a scorcher today. This is my fourth shirt of the day that I've worn. Welcome to Dice and Bolts. This is the series of short videos that I go through the various different games on my tabletop collection and have a look at the core dice and bolts and mechanics of the way that they work. This evening, second of two videos, second of three even, I'm taking a look at the Die RPG. This is from Roan, Rook and Deckard by Kieron, Gillen and Stephanie, can't remember the second name, Stephanie Hans. It's based on the comic book series that of the same, or the Die comic book series. Very kind of meta game. I don't want to say it's an isekai, but it's an isekai. Very adult themed thing of it. Beautiful book. This had been on my want list for ages, ever since I heard the folks at Explorers wanted playing it. Originally I was on the fence, but then I heard them playing it and I thought, actually, I like some of the things on that one there. And the core mechanic of the game, I haven't really read it that much, to be brutally honest. The core mechanic of the game is a pool of six-sided dice. Nice and simple. You have stats, strength, dexterity, wisdom and whatever, and you take a number of d6 equal to the stat that you're using. So if you're making like a finesse attack, you would use your dexterity. So if I had, say, average dexterity of 3 dice, nice and simple. If I have any advantages, or if the storyteller says I have advantage, I would add a d6 for every advantage. If there are any disadvantages, I would remove dice based on the disadvantages. And then I roll, put it at 4. And then if there's any difficulty on the task, we're looking for 4s, sorry, rule of 4. So there's one success. If it was a difficulty 1 task, that will be removed, and I have therefore failed. If it was difficulty 2, obviously I'll take the 2 highest, because there are things that can manipulate the dice numbers. If any successes remain, I succeed. Additional successes can give you additional effects, and any remaining dice that have a 6 or higher can each activate additional effects called specials, if you've got a relevant special on the ability or the thing that you're trying to do. I say 6 or higher, you don't actually modify the dice, because every character class in Die has their class die. The D4 for the Dictator, described as being like a bard if bards were scary. The D6 for the Fool, the Trickster. The D8 for the Emotion Knight, who can wield emotions like a weapon. The D10 for the Neo, the kind of cyber tech character using implants and special abilities powered by fair gold. The D12 for the Godbinder, with the agreements that they make with various captive gods. Even the Dungeon Master gets a character class, the Master, who has a D20. These will also come into play. So for example, if my Emotion Knight is swinging away in combat and has at least 1 level in their emotion, they can add their Emotion Knight, 8-sided dice. So the chance of getting a 4 on that, you've got an additional dice, but you've also got a 50-50 rather than a 50-50 on that one there. If you've got a Godbinder, you're adding a D12 to the pool, so the chances of getting 4 or higher are significantly higher again. What then kicks in is that these also have additional effects. So a D4 in a pool where you're trying to get a 4 or higher is not particularly amazing. It's better than nothing. It's an additional dice if nothing else. But the number that you roll on this, if you're playing the Dictator, can be used to power various additional effects. And similarly, the Master with their D20, they're going to get additional effects powered based on what roll that they get on it. If there are any successes left over, like I say, you take your difficulty off, so you take the top ones away, nice and simple. So that's the Dice and Bolts of Die, the RPG, or the RPG for the German edition. I don't know how they've quite got around that one. From Roan, Rook and Deckard. Pool of 6-sided dice equal to the stat that you're using. Add some dice for advantages, take some away for disadvantages, roll them, and as long as you've got 4s or higher, they count as successes. Funky dice get involved when you start using your special abilities. That's the core of it. Roll well, tell some good stories, and I'll see you soon.